guys, I'm Bekah, and this is part 2 of my self-care series. So this is a 3-part series that I have put together. Part 1 was mind, which is mental health. Part 2 today is going to be body, which is physical health. And then afterwards, I will be releasing part 3, which is going to be soul. And that is our all individual needs that we have as people. So I touch on those 3 things because it's very important that we have self-care practices for each of those facets of our life to be able to be happy and growing and continuing to just live our best lives. So for today, it's going to be body, which equals physical health. Talking about physical health can be a loaded topic because there tends to be a lot of value and worth around physical appearance. So I want to be very clear with my intentions for this topic, that physical health for me is not a number on a scale, and it's not anything that can be used to shame people and their bodies. Physical health for me is about how your body feels and taking care of our bodies in a manner that keeps us strong, capable, and healthy. My question to you is, what are your physical health struggles? The typical answers are normally around weight and diet, but it can be so much more than that. It can be things like, I'm tired all of the time. It can be things like struggling with your mobility and the function of your body and how it moves. It can be regularly breaking out all over your face and your body. Something that I think is very cool about our bodies is that a lot of the time it tells us that something's wrong when we're not giving it something that it needs. So a really simple example of that is whenever our urine is really yellow. So when you pee and it's that dark yellow, that's your body telling you that you're dehydrated and that you need to drink some water. And I'm sure I'm one of the few that probably thinks that's cool, but it makes you realize that if you just listen to your body a little bit more, that it can tell you what it's needing from you and what you need to put in it to satisfy that need. Physical health is so much more than doing cardio and eating salads. There are so many simple things that we can do daily, weekly, monthly, that are going to support our bodies and give it what it needs. So how do we start? First off, I would like to say everybody's body is different. So what works for me is not necessarily going to work for someone else. With that being said, here are some of the self-care practices that I utilize for my physical health and ones that I would always recommend to another person. The first practice that I'm going to talk about is move your body. So this can be high impact, such as lifting weights or doing HIIT training, or low impact, so walking or doing some mild yoga. All that really matters is that you're moving your bodies a little bit every day. One of my favorite quotes from Shaun T is, if you can lift up your body, you can lift up your life. And the reason it's one of my favorites is because keeping my body able and strong is very important to me, especially as I get older. I want to be setting myself up for success for my future and to be able to live healthier and for longer. So making sure that you are moving your body a little bit every day is important for our body's health. Everybody has a different thing that they enjoy in terms of moving their body. So it can be going to play tennis, it can be golfing, it can be just taking your dog for a walk. Moving your body does not have to be this crazy high intensity workout that you're dripping sweat when you're done. It can be, but it needs to be very personal to you and your lifestyle and what goals you want to accomplish. And I never encourage people to necessarily work out how I work out, but doing something every day that you are revving up your body and, getting it going and moving around. It can even be dancing. That's one of the things that I actually really enjoy, that if I just really don't feel like doing my normal workout routine, I'll just turn on some good music and dance around my house. And that's still just as good as a normal workout that I would do, because the point isn't how hard you work out or how long you work out. The point is that you are getting up and being active and raising your heart rate, because it's just good for your body to feel that. And it also makes you feel good afterwards. All those endorphins from moving your body, you're not gonna hate that. Second is feed your body and hydrate. So my number one tip for fueling your body is to drink more water. Keeping our bodies hydrated is so important for the overall health of our bodies. For me, as an example, when I was younger, I had a lot of bladder issues, and really I realized that I wasn't drinking very much water. And so I started drinking a lot more water daily into my routine, and I don't have that kind of issues that I did back then that I do now. That's not to say that the issues completely went away, but they definitely got a heck of a lot better just by drinking water. So something that simple was able to really make a big difference in my life and my health by just incorporating that every day into my just regular routine. On top of water, you also need to be putting in proper nutrients into your body. I'll be the first one to tell you that I struggle with this the most. I love unhealthy foods. I love them. And I don't plan on giving them up. Things like pizza and French fries and the things that make me really happy when I'm eating them, I'm not going to stop eating those things. But that's not the point of any of this. The point is that we balance out those unhealthy things that we are putting in our body with some good nutritious things. So for me, I am very picky. So I make shakes with all of the green veggies that I know that I need in my body, and then I mask them with a bunch of basically potent fruit that I know is going to cover up that like green taste. And that's how I get my veggies every single day. If I know I'm going to be making something with vegetables, I might swap it out and do it however I need to, but I know that I need balance in my diet, so I make sure that I am incorporating that into that diet and making sure that I am still giving my body the things that I need, that it needs, but then also giving my body the things that I just want. So it's a happy balance. And I do this because it really is important to have a balanced diet, in that our bodies are alkaline, and because our gut health affects everything in our body, with our skin being breaking out, having dry skin, being like dull, like it all affects everything, our gut health. So really it is important to make sure that you're drinking water and that you're putting at least some good things in your body every day to help it do what it's supposed to do. Now, if you can't eat the amount of nutrients that you do need with food, then that's where supplements come in. For me, supplements play a crucial role if you're not able to get the nutrients in your diet in that you need. So for me, I don't get everything that I need from food. I don't like enough foods to be able to intake all the nutrients and the good things that I'm supposed to have in my body to be able to run at the efficiency that I'm supposed to. So that's where vitamins come in for me. And I use those vitamins to supplement what I know I'm lacking in my diet. So it's really an easy way that I can still give my body what it needs. I don't have to eat anything necessarily that I really just can't stomach. And so for me, it's kind of a win-win. And even in the sense of your lifestyle, not even necessarily your diet, but your lifestyle. Say you don't get outside enough and you're kind of just feeling a little blah. You could be lacking in vitamin D. So even just taking a vitamin D supplement when you know that you're just not out in the sun very much at all can have a lot of benefits for your body and for your mind. Lastly is treat your body well and rest. There are a few things that I mean when I say treat your body well. But the most important one is to love your body. The negative energy that comes with being unhappy with your body can be detrimental to your health, both physical and mental. And we don't want that. Our bodies are absolutely amazing. The things that we can do, the things that it tells us, and we need to treat it right. So yes, we might have things that we want to improve on, or things that, goals that we have for how we want to look, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But we just have to make sure that in that hunt for a better body or to change, that we're also still loving the body that we have right now, and acknowledging that this body that we have right now is the one that's putting in that work and helping us get to that place that we want to go. So I think we forget about that a lot of the time and just see where we want to go with our body and then see where we are now, and it's discouraging, and we want to shame ourselves for not being over here. But we need to be proud of this body right here and still, continue to put in the work and do what you need to do for yourself and to be happy and healthy. But really loving our bodies is very important. It's important for our physical health, but also our mental health, to really be content with where we are, even though we know where we want to go, we know we want to grow. So how we take care of our bodies is also important. And what I mean by that is being conscious not only of what we're putting inside of our bodies, but what we're putting on our bodies. So for example, putting sunscreen on when you know you're going to be out in the sun for quite a while, or staying away from body products like lotions or bug sprays or whatever it may be that contain harsh ingredients and that could potentially be harmful for your skin. So really being mindful on those aspects of physical health too, because I think that kind of gets left behind as they think about the inside and not always the outside. And I think it's both, and we should be thinking about both. I am a little more progressive, I guess you would say, on making sure that I have natural products in the house, and that just being very intentional with the things that I do put on my skin. And I don't think everyone necessarily needs to take it to that level, but just being mindful and reading the ingredients and the things that you have that you are regularly putting on your skin is important, because it might not be good for your skin. And even though you might think that it's helping or it's supposed to help for whatever reason it is, it doesn't mean that it is. So really kind of being mindful and conscious of those things that we are putting on our bodies, and keeping the outside protected as well. Lastly on this note is sleep. So making sure that you are getting a full 8 hours of sleep a night is very important for our health. While you sleep, your body is able to repair, it's able to recover, to grow new muscle tissue, amazing things, all while you sleep. It also has, it's critical for replenishing things in your brain. So things like dopamine, which is what you need to stay happy, as well as other important chemicals in your brain that are responsible for things like focus, for motivation, for energy. So for example, like I had mentioned earlier, if you're finding yourself tired every single day, all day long, maybe it's because you're not getting enough sleep, or maybe it's because you have a deficiency somewhere with your diet and you need to take a supplement. I mean, everything plays all together, and you really have to look at the big picture of, why am I feeling like this? And then kind of trial and error some things and see if it helps. But sleep is definitely one of those things that is so important for us and our health, and we need to be making sure that we are giving our bodies the sleep that it needs so that it can repair and replenish. And when we wake up, it can take us the whole day and let us do all of the things that we need and want to do. Prioritizing our health, the health of our bodies, is very necessary if we want to lead happy, healthy, long lives. The goal for self-care in regards to our physical health is to be supporting our longevity and the quality of our lives. And that needs to start sooner rather than later. If you think about it, do you want to have to be doing these things when you're 70, 80 years old, or do you want to try doing them now and incorporate it and have it become part of your lifestyle and set yourself up to be in a better position once you are older? And for me, that's exactly why I have self-care practices for my physical health, because I want to set myself up for success. I want to position myself and my body to be able to live as healthy as it can for as long as it can. So that's the goal, is to, really be taking care of ourselves, all of ourselves. So thank you so much for tuning in to part 2 of this series. I hope that you've watched part 1 on mental health, and I hope that coming soon you will check out part 3. All right.